When national government institutions fail outright, I mean, surely we can't just stand by and accept that. The Constitution can't be a straitjacket. And of course, the Constitution, the interpretation of the Constitution develops over time, even if the text of it stays the same. It must adapt to the realities.
There are very few areas of service delivery in South Africa where local, provincial and national government don't have to play some role. And the Constitution, for example, let's take electricity, gives local government the responsibility to reticulate energy and electricity to get it to households, but it gives national government the responsibility of generating and transmitting electricity. Now, obviously, local government can't do its job of reticulating electricity if national government isn't generating and transmitting electricity. And there's no reason why Jordan here should sit and say to his residents, I'm sorry, we are very ready to transmit electricity, to reticulate it to you all, but it's just the problem is the national government isn't generating it. If he wants to do his job, he has to step into the breach and generate it as well. Not personally, but the private sector has a massive capacity for generation. It's this monopoly of Eskom that is preventing it. He has to do his job under the Constitution, so he has to get the electricity from somewhere else. And his big defense in the Constitutional Court, if the national government were to challenge him, was to say, you're not doing your job. I have to do mine. And that is how it has to work. Exactly the same with water. When we were in crisis in day zero here, the national government's job is bulk water supply. The local government's job is to clean that water and to get it to households. If the national government is failing with bulk water, be it desalination, be it dams, be it underground aquifers, whatever, you can't just sit there and say to your residents, I'm terribly sorry, we would love to supply you with clean water, but we haven't got any. You've got to step in. We had to fix all the channels from the major dams that had been totally broken under the national government. We had to do a lot of desalination and other projects that we had to get into to make sure that we could deliver that water. So when the failing national government happens, which has happened everywhere, I mean, look at train stations. None of them function. Public transport is a complete train wreck, if I may use that term. Now, Jordan can't say our job is municipal public transport. I'm very sorry we can't do it because the national government isn't fulfilling their job. So more and more you have to say we have to move into that space. We haven't got the money to, but there's the private sector. They are dying to make the Southern Suburbs Railway line an absolute money spinner, which it could be all the way to Simonstown. And then you use that to cross-subsidise your Khayelitsha line. Now we have the buses going on the road to Khayelitsha and Mitchell's Plain again. Hallelujah. But more and more as national government fails, we have to turn to public-private partnerships between local and provincial government and the private sector who's dying to come in and say, let's do this.